Makeup, nose touch-up, lipstick, camera crew. Hey guys, Happy New Year. I'm gonna pretend that I am not sick today. I've been waiting for 2 weeks to do this video. I'm not waiting any longer. I've had the flu and I'm over the flu. I'm still not over the cold part of it. Bear with me. We're going to get through these New Year goals because I don't want to give them to you in February. I'm going to be sipping my little orange juice here, and I may need to take a few breaks, and that's okay. We'll get this done. Bear with me. Let's get this off to a cheery start because it is New Year 2025, the first retirement year. And I have been saving up and planning these goals for over a year. If you followed my vlogs, which I do have a weekly vlog every Saturday at 7, I've recently started doing additional vlogs here and there on Wednesdays. I may or may not have these little extra vlogs here and there, depending on how much time I have, basically. Okay, as I've been saying, I've been collecting these goals for a very long time. Anytime I would think of something I wanted to do, I would just write it on my list in Notion. I had just a list that I kept ongoing in Notion. I would say that I keep up with my goals in about 4 different ways. One is that I keep my master list on Notion, and I keep up with everything on Notion. It is wonderful. A little bit daunting to start out, but just watching a couple of YouTube videos will get you started, because really, I just started making lists on there, and I've grown it into looking more aesthetic as I've learned it, and it's really not that hard. And then number 2 is I use quarterly bucket lists, and we hang that up in the kitchen, and we're able to take a peek at things we want to do that quarter. It keeps us looking at it. Number 3 is I keep kind of a spreadsheet, if you will, on Notion, but you can do it on Excel or Google Spreadsheets or whatever kind of program you have. I organize by priority how I want to accomplish them. The more urgent things are in the first column, less urgent second column, and so on. And as time goes by, I look at that list, usually on a weekly basis. And as I complete tasks, I move others forward. I gotta take a break. I gotta have something to drink. I knew this was gonna happen. We're gonna get through this, I promise. Makeup, nose touch-up, lipstick, camera crew. Just kidding, it's all on me. I have made hot tea. It is blackberry citrus, and it's got zinc in it, so hopefully that will help. Needs to steep. I think I did this in my last video too. But it was a goal to have hot tea in retirement, and I think it's helping. So the 4th way that I keep my goals alive is to schedule my to-dos or projects in the reminder list. I have an iPhone. You can use any kind of to-do list that you use, but just infuse your projects into your daily to-do list or weekly and watch it get done. One thing that I like about the reminder to-do app is that if you can't do it that day, you can just forward it on to another day. I do that all the time. With the retirement year, I came up with my word of the year as restoration, mainly because it's just restoring everything to a greater percent. anything that I tried to do in 22, 23, 24, I could only do anywhere between like 40 and 60%. Nobody got the best of me, not even me. It was a struggle to get anything done, and I had to fight and claw my way to 40 to 60%. So I just really kind of felt like that I needed to just restore my life, to be able to bring things to fruition, to be able to finish a project, finish a book, have a conversation and finish it with a person, clean my house, not just a tenth of it. I needed to be able to do some things that I have been forwarding for 2 to 3 years. And so to me, it's just restoring my life this first year of retirement. I do have about 6 levels of focus for 2025, and I'm going to sip some tea and be right back. All right, so for 2025, in developing my goals, I've had some areas of focus, or you might even want to call them criteria, and here they are. Number 1, creating new routines. Number 2, while I'm doing that, keeping up with my responsibilities, working on my personal goals and projects, relaxing and having fun. My notes are down here. There's no way I can remember this in the top of my head. Number 5, no rushing. And having everything to be God-led. I have a very strong will, so that's kind of a tough one. But it's definitely something I want to improve on in this next year. And without fail, I do have a mission statement. I told you I was going to operate my retirement like a business. And if this is not an example of that, I don't know what is. Make the most out of retirement, improve every facet of everyday living, restoring life, functionality, wellness, and efficiency. Be creative, relax, enjoy life, family and friends, allow God to lead, and bathe everything in prayer. I have prayed about this. He hasn't answered it yet. So, as George says, in his own time, and we're limping through this because I'm a very stubborn woman. And when I want to do something, I do it. And I will say that that's probably one good thing about reaching your goals. If you're stubborn, you have a good chance of doing that. All right, so let's start off with the self-care goals. There's just a few things that I need to accomplish for myself. I need to make sure I have the appropriate clothing for retirement. I need some more jeans, definitely. I'm not used to being off or having off days, so I don't really have a lot of things like jeans to wear. So just a little bit of brushing up on the retirement wardrobe. I need to have a mammogram, go to a dermatologist. I want to track my health numbers. I want to have an exercise program. Now I have time to do it, no excuses. And I've actually been using the walking pad when I'm not tired out from being sick. I need to hem some PJs. I want to clear my email flags. I think that about does it on self-care. I do want to say that if the video bothers you that I'm struggling to talk, you don't have to watch it. Again, I'm stubborn, and today's the day I wanted to video this. I've been wanting to do it for 2 weeks. So today it is. And I may be whispering by the time I get through this, but we're doing this. If you want to hang in there with me, that's great. And if you want to bug out, I don't blame you. But we'll try to make it fun. The next thing on the list is Mom. She needs a little bit more care than I've been able to give her. She needs a little bit of help with house cleaning. I am not going to be her house cleaner. I'm not going to be perfect at that. She did want to stay in a house instead of assisted living, and that comes with house care. You know, assisted living is something that she probably needs to look at some point this year. I am retired. I can help some. I won't be able to do it every week. Occasionally, I can go and help her out some with that. She is still able to get up and care for herself and fix a light meal for herself. She doesn't do well to fix a full meal. She does get Meal on Wheels. She's in an outlying community, so they are not there every day, but they bring her frozen meals. She does need a little more help, and I'm free to take her to doctor's appointments now without it impacting work. And we can go and do things during the day instead of after work and at night and making me, miss my bedtime routine. So I'm so glad I don't have to work. Okay, I do have a lot of household projects. I have a cedar chest that I want to put some collectibles in, and I want to start packing that up and away so Katie can have that when we're gone, and I'll be selecting what we put in it, and then she can do with it what she wants after we're gone. I have a china cabinet downstairs that was Mom's. I want to try it out upstairs and see how it looks. We have a basement downstairs that we need to go through and clean out, and George has done a great job this year, but we need to finish it up. There's a lot of things that are mine down there, some things that are Katie's, and we just need to go through it and figure out what we're going to do with it. I want to do a grandson board, and I want to do a pet wall. We've had some great pets in our life, and they deserve to have their own space. You know what I mean? And I want to have that pet wall. It's just important to me to do that. Just like family, I want to have a grandson board where I hang the current pictures. I want it to be like clothespins where you hang the current pictures, and we're going to love that. I want to finish the Marie Kondo project. The next up is going through our dishes, and then I think the artwork that we have in the house. So those are the next two projects as far as Marie Kondo. I want to improve our emergency preparedness plan, and I want to make my office more functional. I have a lot of greeting cards, and I want to separate them all by category, and I want to step up my greeting card ministry. I want to improve our household cleaning plan because it needs some help. We're also going to be painting in a lot of the rooms in the house, and some are going to have some pretty dramatic impacts, I think. And then I have a photo project that I've been wanting to do for about 5 years, and I can never get to it, but I have got probably 8,000 pictures on my Mac in the cloud right now. I can delete a bunch of them, but I got to have time to go through it, and I want to save all the family and the pets and all that, and it's just going to take time, and we've got some time. And I believe that is it for household. Seriously, I hope that none of you have had to go through this flu thing or any other kind of respiratory thing, because this is what it's like 2 weeks in. But life goes on. So here we are, and I can barely talk. I want to rediscover my kitchen. I want to cook more. I want to make some bread. I want to experiment with the new Ninja Creamy. I want to make pancakes and George has already made us blueberry pancakes, but I got to make them before it really counts. We've already used the Ninja Creamy, and we love it, but I'll share it with you guys eventually. I want to embark on some really good creative time. I want to spend some time on Canva. You can hear George probably coughing. He's got the crud too. Maybe not as bad as I do. He's been coughing and snorting and hacking as well. He still has his voice. I should have him come and do this video. But I do want my creative time. You know, I haven't had that when I've been working because you just don't have time to be creative. You know, I would try, but responsibility would call. Spending time on Canva and just learning from other creators and just even having time to brainstorm and get a few ideas of my own just to make the vlogs, my blog, to make all those things better. I also have a little bit of a creative flair in me when it comes to decor. You know, I like to buy things at yard sales and revamp them. And I'd like to do more of that, you know, and just not on a major scale, but like I have vases downstairs that I want to paint and put some pretty flowers in. I think that'd be fun. Travel. I love to travel, but it's really expensive, especially in retirement. We do spend a lot of time in Texas. While we often do not have to pay for hotels when we're in Texas, if we stay on the ranch. But we do have to pay for dog boarding for 2 dogs. And yeah, we could have people watch them, but there's nothing like peace of mind and security of knowing what their schedule is going to be, being able to see them on camera, and all that kind of stuff. So we would love to go to Maine. We would love to take an Alaskan cruise. George has been talking about a river cruise. I don't know why he doesn't like the ocean, but we would like to do some travel. It's going to take some planning, some financial planning, and we'd like to take the kids with us on some of these adventures. Next is relaxing. I would like to read about 24 books a year, which is 2 books per month. I want to work puzzles. I don't know, 3 or 4 in the year. I want to spend time with family and friends, of course. And I want to do some day trips with George and do some things that we want to do together. As for social media, I have a lot of goals for that. And I'm not going to mention that here. I definitely couldn't make my way through it. There's a lot of goals that I have for YouTube, my blog, and Instagram. And I have those listed in my Notion account. I do need to go through and prioritize them for this year and how I want to do that. The Mac and Final Cut Pro. I need to figure out how to make both of them work more efficiently. The Mac is really slow at times, and I don't know if it's doing updates or I just got to learn how to make it run smoother. I've had it since maybe 2018, 2019, I'm not sure. It's getting to be kind of old. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I'm trying to make it last as long as it can. Final Cut Pro, I think there's some things that I may be doing wrong. I'm getting the videos done, but maybe they're not exactly the way they're supposed to be done. So it's just taking too long to render, and I need to figure that out. Spiritual. I want to do more intense Bible studies and maybe even some writing projects. I would like to attend a virtual World Bible School training session because they always had them on Tuesdays and I was always doing payroll, so I could never attend it. But I'd like to see how I could better myself with World Bible School. Okay, well, I can certainly say for a fact I am persistent. And this was a very difficult video to get through because I could hardly talk. And I feel fine. I just am all choked up with this mess. So if you've made it this far, please let me know. I am just going to be amazed at you. I was determined to get this video done, and now I have done it. With a raspy voice or not, I am embracing 2025. I'm going to be kicking this mess to the curb, and I'm going to be going after these goals. Definitely, if you made it through this video, you've got to let me know, because it was a hard one to get through for me, and I'm sure it was hard for you. It's not going to be the most aesthetic video out there of the season. Probably wouldn't have been anyway. It's all good, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.